Ah. Well, see, that's why I need you guys to tell me. I had it on mute. It's all good now. I just have to mute my own copy of it because hearing my echo is a tiny bit disconcerting. But now I'm here. Right, can you guys hear? Yay! Hey Ruth, hey Alice, hi India. Yay. It's always like so nerve-wracking for me, like waiting to go on the live stream. Last time was like such a disaster even trying to get the thing started, and so I spent yesterday practicing a lot, but then you forget about things like taking it off mute. Hey Mel, hi. How's everyone's Sunday going? I've got to turn my own copy off because it's so distracting watching me. Oh, much smoother than last time, Gay. Like, I actually thought I was going to die last time of the stress. So, I guess it just shows, like, I need more practice. We just have to keep doing this, I guess. It's afternoon here, Lynette. It's 2 p.m. We started daylight savings this morning, and so it was probably not the best idea for trying to set up 9 videos and live streams because YouTube did not get the daylight saving switch very well. So my 6 a.m. video did not go up at 6 a.m. nor did I wake up in time to get it going at 6 a.m. Oh, so hard, Gay. Like, this is the worst change for me. Like, I think going backwards in autumn is definitely not as bad as going forward. I just know that I'll be all week probably. Thanks, Anna Carolina. I mean, you guys know I say it every time, like, how grateful I am for all of you, and especially those of you who like watch, you know, consistently and comment and let me know how things are going. It's always yeah, I know it probably sounds contrite, or, you know, like that I say it so often that probably sounds fake, but, you know, like, there's like gratitude every day. Oh, Steffi, 3 a.m. Are you crazy, girl? 3 a.m. I didn't see 3 a.m. I don't think I've ever seen 3 a.m. That is amazing. Thank you for coming. Shane is like a real stickler for going, oh, but it's not 2 o'clock, it's actually 1 o'clock, and it makes it so much harder for me when he's always like confusing me with what the time is. Oh, Sabine, 3 a.m. Oh my god, so many of you. 3 a.m. What are you doing? Oh, I have to do something fun for you, I guess, now, don't I? Make it worthwhile being up, staying up that late or being up that early. So crazy. I'm just gonna have a drink, guys. My throat is killing me. Yeah, grumpy 9-year-old. I think even Lily the dog is feeling it today. She was more than happy to get up with me early this morning and have her breakfast, and then she was kind of like, nah, can we just go back to bed now? And I'm like, nah, I'm already up, so I'm gonna keep going. I don't see any reason why I would want to stay up and watch daylight saving start. It's yeah, this one kind of makes me sad too because we've like lost an hour of the weekend. I wish it sort of started during the week maybe, but I'm sure I won't be moaning when I have like extra light in the evenings. And I didn't even notice that it was that much extra dark in the morning this morning, so yeah, I can't complain too much. This week, well, once we get through this week, then I think we'll be sliding into summer, so it'll be easier. Oh yeah, love your t-shirt. Motivated by coffee. That's definitely me today. And I think it's like confusing on the dates, but I think the 1st of October is International Coffee Day. But I've seen a few things on Facebook today to say that today was National Coffee Day. Maybe that's just in the US, but appropriate, I thought, for what might have been Coffee Day. Oh, gay, that's terrible. And Michelle, I think you said, what did you say on a comment before, you had knee surgery? So, you guys, it's we had a bit of a week here, and Shane almost broke his arm, and that was bad enough. So, good luck for your recovery and your surgery. That's, wishing you all the best. That's a huge thing to have to go through. I'm not sure how many people we're going to be waiting for, so shall we just get started? I think the first thing I wanted to start off with was a little sort of opening of some Happy Mail I got this week. Actually, I'm lying. I got it yesterday. I got it yesterday. Sorry for... let me swap the screens here. Got this Happy Mail yesterday from Nyala, who is Paper Buttons Love on Instagram, and I sent her, it feels so bad, I sent her this like just puny little memory decks card, and sorry, this screen on screen, you're gonna watch me stand up. Let's just go this, because I have to stand up so I can hold this up close enough for you to see it. But she sent me this beautiful package of stuff, and it was pretty good. I resisted opening pretty much all of it. Everything was full of these really beautiful sequins, and so I've been trying to catch them all as they fall out rather than fall onto my carpet. I've been picking them out of my new rug. And everything was packaged so beautifully, so I opened this up and then thought, no, I'll save it and open it with you guys. This is the cute little letter that she sent me, and again, it's full of sequins, so I wasn't going to open it up. I'm going to save all those sequins and definitely make a page in my notebook with that. So this was the next thing in here, which is this really cute little, I think it's made of bags, like striped bags, and they're kind of all stitched together. So I'll just go through that. Did you guys see my very miniature Halloween decoration that I did? So we're not big on Halloween here in New Zealand, but yeah, I've kind of been trying to get into it, mainly because it's an excuse to have more fun things. But this is so cute. So it says Candy Please, which is 100% my whole reason for being into Halloween. And Broom Here Don't Care. That was the exact one that I put on my Halloween banner because, yeah, I think that sort of suited me most. This is really, I think this is all, I think it's called Hey Pumpkin or Cute Pumpkin or something from Crepe Paper. And so there's lots of dimension in here. All of these are on little foam squares, so it's real chunky and cute. These little tags. I kind of do wish that like it would be fun to do Halloween in the autumn, because you would get to do all of these things, and I guess it's still kind of cold enough for that here. This little cat, he's so cute. He is actually popped up on foam too. And these little sequins and candy corns. Has anyone tried candy corns? Like, what do they taste like? We don't have them here. It sounds weird. It sounds weird. This one's actually, all the other pockets have been shut. This one's open. And there's all sorts of goodies in here. Hold on. So this is the last little page with some leaves and this cute bat. I put him on my banner too because he's the cutest. I like this sort of more cutesy Halloween rather than like spooky Halloween. Keep calm and eat candy. Yes, please. Oh, is it disgusting? Oh no, hold on, we've got conflicting opinions here. Candy corn is disgusting and candy corns are yum. Oh, now I'm intrigued. I kind of have to try them, I think. I don't know how I'm going to get a hold of any candy corn, but we'll see. Oh, so these are some more Hello Pumpkin things. It's almost Halloween. Happy Halloween. And boo to you. I love these. I think they're 3x4 cards. This is from a paper, I think, but this is a 3x4 card, so I'm thinking I might be able to make a pocket page. And in this little pocket here, there are some really cute little embellishments in the hey, I'm gonna say hey pumpkin. I don't know if that's right. It might be cute pumpkin. Can you see the foil? It's like holographic. It's so pretty. I'm like obsessed with that holographic foil at the moment. They had the same thing on the All Heart collection, and I just love it. Eek, and this was one of my favorite tags too. That's the holographic foil as well. Do you know what? Like, I don't mind orange so much when it's like got a purpose. I guess like Halloween, I can totally get with themed colors. So orange for Halloween, and yes, and that would be enough orange for me for well, for the rest of the year. But you guys did see that page. Like, you know, you saw the page I did. I've been trying to embrace the things that I don't necessarily love so much. And when I got to Christchurch and Jack was wearing this little, I don't know if you can see it, this little cute little foxy onesie, and we were taking all the selfies, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna actually have to use orange for this. So, you know, sometimes you have to. Oh yeah, hey pumpkin. That sounds right. Hey pumpkin. I can never remember. I'm sure I was calling it sweet pumpkin for some time too. Yeah. I mean, like, I'd be totally happy to do everything pink and teal for the rest of time, but sometimes it's nice to change things up. Have I just tied this? Oh no, there we go. The thing that I hate is this is all packaged up so beautifully. I don't want to ruin it. I'm just hoping I can peel this off. See, because then I might be able to reconstruct this all back together again. So there's two little, there's sort of glassine bags. This one I think is a little paper bag, but it's quite see-through too. And strawberries seem so appropriate considering it's like almost summer. No, it's all stapled on. Okay, I'm gonna have to rip it. And so Nyala just makes the most amazing memory decks cards, and this is like my favorite sort of heritage one, which will go perfectly with the 3 that I just made this morning. If you haven't seen my memory decks video, I made 3 heritage ones, and this is just going to go so nicely with them. So beautiful. Oh, don't put that down because it's got a sticky book on it. And then in here, oh my god. A stunning heritage tag flip. This is so pretty. Oh, I'm glad you like the sound of the glassing backs. I can't stand it. It's all like all those plastic packages, opening them up too. Oh, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. This is so beautiful. Look, this is a little handmade tassel. I haven't actually tried to make these. I just suspect they're a bit fiddly for me. I would be so frustrated, but I'll just quickly whiz through these. There's some little circles and a wee gold glitter butterfly on here. Oh, and it's like a folded over tag, so it's got the pinking on the other side. And then a pretty little, actually I love this book ring. I don't have any gold ones like that. Yeah, it is. It's terrible. People send you all of these beautiful things, and I don't do anything with them because they are too pretty to ruin. So, no. I just had this conversation with Alice yesterday. What do you do with all this beautiful mail that you're determined not to ruin by actually using it? And these are all pieces out of this heritage line too, which are just stunning. And there's a little clear pocket here with some more pretty sequins in it. Best day ever. Special moments. I love all these photos. This photo actually reminds me of my mother. There's a photo that looks very, very similar to this one. And some more florals. And this is a little, I'm going to keep moving it back out of the camera, aren't I? Morning, Val. Thank you. I definitely get so many ideas from the Happy Mail that people send, like this. This is a tag, and it's got an acetate piece stitched onto the top of it. And then on here are little embellishments. So if I fold this over, you can see the little embellishments have got foam squares on them. So I guess the idea being that you can totally peel these off and use them. But like I said, I don't want to do that because that would ruin this tag. So it's, you know, I don't know. It's a catch-22 because I guess when I make Happy Mail for people and make things like this on them, I actually do want them to use it rather than just keep it in a pile. Like, I'm sending things with the intention of people using it. So, hey Anita, how are you? Oh, and here's another one. So this is another, there's a sheet of acetate. It's going to be really hard for you to see. There you go. The sheet of acetate on here, and then there's a whole bunch of really beautiful papers in here. These ones are so textured. That's like a metallic blue. It's so pretty. And this feels like suede. Amazing. Some old horse clipper paper. Oh, this is another one. Oh my god. This is like flocked green vellum. How amazing. Oh yeah, these sort of tag flips are an amazing way to use up all those little scraps and bits and pieces that you've got. I love making these actually. I haven't made one for ages. And here's another one with another little pocket on it. And in the pocket is this another gorgeous, look at her face. That's so cute. Another little card. And then there's a packet of all sorts of beautiful sequins and butterfly punches. And there's little, I don't know what you call them, pinked circles, little scalloped circles. So again, if I felt like I could rip this open and use it, then I could make my own embellishments with it. Oh, and another one. So this is another pocket that is full of, hold on, wait, I have to put this down. I need two hands. They're a little bit stuck in there. With these really beautiful banner embellishments. So they're all beautifully layered but still totally flat, so I'm definitely going to have to use some of these. They'll probably end up in a project life, I would imagine. They're so beautiful. There's two of those. One says love this and this one says today. Actually, I'm a big fat liar. There's three here and this one says love. But they'd be perfect in project life or a traveler's notebook too. Yeah, the acetate pockets are really pretty. I've never, actually I've used up all my acetate doing my alcohol ink stuff, but the acetate pockets are fun because you can actually see what's underneath them. And this is another, just one of those plastic cellophane bags, and again, full of little punches and stuff, so I can make my own embellishments, which is so cool. That means I don't have to use up all these pretty ones. So this one here, like you could really easily make that. It's just a tag shape and you don't need a tag die. You can just trim those out with a trimmer. And then there's a strip of acetate across here. It's really hard to see. And there's a circle punched out of the middle, so it's really easy to get things in and out. And that's just stitched on. So like they're really effective but so easy to replicate. That's what I mean. You get so many ideas when people send you beautiful things like this. And this is just the last page is just a beautiful embellished with more of these gorgeous kitty photos. They're so pretty. And so you can see how each tag just gets progressively bigger and bigger, so that when it all sits in a pile you can kind of see all the little layers. Yeah, I do, Michelle. I just use a regular needle on my sewing machine for pretty much anything, unless I'm using metallic thread, and then I use an actual metallic thread needle. I think that's what they're called. I never had any success stitching with metallic thread until I got that particular needle. So a regular needle will go through pretty much everything. Just go slow if you're unsure, because I mean I do break a lot of needles, I'll be honest, but that's probably because I'm always pedal to the metal with my sewing machine, so go slowly. The only thing is that the paper and I guess acetate too will really blunt your needles. So if you use your sewing machine for actual sewing as well as paper, then keep those needles separate. You will not be able to stitch cloth after you've been stitching on paper. So my sewing machine hasn't seen actual sewing on fabric for years and years and years, so I don't switch mine out that often. You definitely don't have to use a specific needle, but I never had any success. This metallic thread kind of shears, like trying to find one you can see. Like the metallic thread is just a regular cotton thread, and then it's got these like metallic strands around the outside of it. I can pull that back. And so if you don't use a metallic needle, the metallic needle has like a bigger hole in it, so it's easier for this to go through. Otherwise, like I can replicate it. This sort of thing happens and the cotton kind of all bunches up, and it's more likely to snap a thread, which is, which is never ideal, and it's usually when I'm in the middle of a project too. So, thank you, Nyala. That is beautiful. I'm gonna try and I'm leaking sequins again. I'm trying to pick up all of them so I don't lose them. But my table is just, it's like a static magnet sequins. So I think because I've got this like plasticky, it's a glass table and it's got like this plastic coating on top of it, and it just is so staticky. So I'm gonna put these away. Oops, there's another one. And take some actual proper photos later on, and then I'm probably going to end up making a page about this. Like I said, I've had like a really bad week, with just things going wrong, and every time I felt, I've reached the lowest point. I've received 2 beautiful packages this week, and can't even begin to tell you really how much it just cheers you up when someone puts so much thought and effort into creating something just for you. It's so special. Okay, I think I've got everything so it's not going to stick to each other. And watch the camera go out of focus. Haha, I knew it. Come on, there we are. Where do I buy my sequins from? I grabbed a whole bunch from AliExpress lately, but before that, most of my sequins have just been given to me. Like, people have sent me sequin mixes. Alice especially has sent me like a million sequin mixes, and Michelle from the Stamp Spot sent me like a box load of sequins when she was having a clear out one day, and apart from that, I've just picked them up like at Spotlight, when I've seen them occasionally, but the latest haul that I did from AliExpress, and I don't have the name of the store that I had gotten those from with me, so I can't even share that with you. But I accidentally ordered 2 orders, and an enormous box of sequins turned up, so that was mildly embarrassing, I'm gonna go ahead and say. Oh, that's nice to hear, Jillian. I'm glad it finally arrived to you. Sorry it took me so long to get that in the post. I was a bit slack on that one. What I thought I would do with you guys today is use some of the stuff that I bought from scrapbook.com. So I have cheated and prepped a background because could there be anything more boring on a live stream than watching paint dry? I did this sort of watercolor background. This is quite a heavy cardstock, and I think the brand is Unity. I just got it at I think I got it at Warehouse Stationery. So I didn't prep this with gesso or anything like that. I just used not a lot of water, but I used these magical shakers from Lindy's. And next week, all of my patrons, you guys will see another process that shows a bit more in depth about how I did this like watercolor background. But I'm really loving these. I've got 2 colors, and I think I got them from scrapbook.com after watching, it might have been Missy Whiddon maybe, used them, and I got a couple, and I've never really used them, and I don't even have the like outtakes from the one the patrons will see on my studio vlog this week, the total fails of trying to use that. And so I finally worked out to not use quite as much water, and I get an effect that I like. So I know you guys have like just watched, or maybe you've just watched my scrapbook.com haul, and I'm sad to say what am I sad to say? No, I'm not sad to say. There's actually another box on its way here. They had those, where's your coffee cup? I don't even have any coffee in here. I've got water. The punch, the Heidi Swap Memory Decks punch came back into stock maybe last weekend before, and I nabbed it straight away, and I decided instead of just ordering the punch, I would add a few more things. So I bought a whole bunch of stuff for my December daily, and I did buy some more of these magical shakers because they are pretty fun. Let me pop this back on here. I have heard about Cartwright. I think they do ship internationally. The international shipping looked like it was reasonably expensive, but they did have some really beautiful sequins. So yeah, it's just a matter of, I'd seen, I can't remember, someone else had mentioned this particular AliExpress thing. If I remember who it is, I'll leave that in the comments once this video goes up. And I just went and had a look. What I was actually doing was trying to buy some Halloween sequins for the Secret Reaper swap, and I just went a little overboard, to be honest. So that was, yeah, I had like immediately had to message Alice and be like, oh my god, what have I done? And the box arrived, and I still thought, oh my god, what have I done? But now I have a lot of pretty sequins. So I made a whole bunch of mixes for my patrons, and I've made a bunch of mixes for Christmas, and so I'm going a little bit Christmas crazy. Anyway, back to the layout. So underneath here is this watercolor sort of background. And then in that haul, I showed you the Nuvo paste and the stencil that I got from Tim Holtz. And I just used that to put this sort of pink floral pattern over the top. This is Poppy Pink Mousse. And it is, if we can see, no, the camera's going to have a conniption trying to focus on this. It is really pretty and metallic, so it just adds this sort of just a different texture and layer sort of on top of the watercolor. And yeah, so that's where I'm up to. I just kind of put it towards the bottom. I didn't have much control with the magic powders, and so this just happened to be where it went. So I'm thinking that I'll go sort of across the page like this, and I just have to move some stuff out the road. Limited desk space. But what I wanted to use was all of this She's Magic stuff, because I haven't cracked into it yet, and I've been dying to, so I waited to do all of that with you guys. I do always do some December daily videos, but I definitely do not do daily videos. Putting like 9 extra videos up for today has literally just about killed me over the last 2 weeks, so I really struggle to do daily videos, especially since December tends to be a super busy time at work as well. So my time is limited, and some days it's nice just to sit down and actually play in my album, yeah, just without the stress of having to video and edit and add that onto YouTube. So I definitely put some December videos up, but it just will not be daily, that's all. Oh, the stencil's so much prettier than I thought it was, Mel, and like that's all linked in my haul video there. Those are everything's linked under there. This was all from that same order. So I printed out a couple of selfies before, and I wasn't really sure which one I was going to use. I kind of like this one better, but I think like this feels like it's going to end up being sort of really monochrome layout, so I'm kind of almost thinking this one's going to be better. And I'm really sorry for the lighting, guys. It's going to go in and out like crazy because we've had a really pretty, beautiful day here, and it's actually clouding over. So if that becomes a pain, let me know, and I will shut all the curtains and turn on my studio lights. But yeah, I think I'll use this photo just because I like the idea that it's going to be more monochrome, and I'll definitely end up using this somewhere else, I'm sure. So I've got my paper trimmer and it's over here. I don't know, I always end up creating these pretty backgrounds, and you know me, I don't do mixed media that often, and when I do, I love them so much, and now it's like I don't want to cover it up, but for the sake of the live stream I will. I don't mean to enable you guys, I really don't. It's just I like to share all the pretty things I buy. So I'm gonna, I really have no plan for this layout. I usually have some sort of plan before I sit down to film. Hopefully that's not a spoiler for you guys. I do have some sort of idea what I'm gonna do, but today I definitely don't. I know that I'm probably gonna wanna pop this photo up somehow. So I had some foam sitting out here, pink foam too. That goes nicely with the theme. My room is so neat and tidy because so by the time I got all the videos sorted out for today, and I pretty much have just been sitting in here for like 4 or 5 hours waiting to start the live stream with you guys. So yeah, it's pretty tidy. I'll say that my room is always pretty tidy because I don't cope well with mess. I pretty much clean up after every sort of project, so I can start afresh each time, and that does take up a lot of time, but it just helps me feel a bit more ordered. And because I work in here as well, like I know when it's not looking good in here. There's so much pink in this. Oh, that's pretty too. There's so much pink in this line, that's why I had to get it. It's really beautiful, and it's going to be totally hard for you to see too, but the foil on this line is that same holographic foil that I've been totally loving, and it's been so long. There is a repeat, so I'm just gonna start pulling out some things, I think, because anytime I don't have a plan I end up being super indecisive. So I like a few of these. I think I probably will just go monochrome because that's like an easy sort of go-to for me. And as far as embellishments, I've got these frames, but none of them are going to be big enough for the photo that I've printed, and I don't want to reprint it, so I probably won't end up using frames. When I put this order through, they didn't have the die cuts available, so I don't have those, but I will use these really pretty alphas for my title. And I've got these chipboard kind of stickers, which none of them are like jumping out at me for this layout. So I think we're going to end up going probably paper heavy. So I might pull out something to fussy cut maybe. But I think the other thing is that my background is really pretty, like I'm really loving it, so I don't want to cover up too much with things. No rainbow today, pink instead. I mean, there's always rainbow, but it's either rainbow or pink, isn't it? It's either one or the two. I'm thinking that I'll just maybe layer some of these papers on here, and I won't get too, I don't think we'll get too complicated with it today. I kind of want to let that background be a bit more of a star, so I'm just going to matte this photo. We had this last time, didn't we, guys? I can't glue straight and talk at the same time. It's almost impossible. Hi, Marie. So it seems totally wasteful to cut down like a huge paper like that, but I'll probably end up using all these scrappy little bits too, so I don't throw anything away at all. And I might do a second. Oh, I was thinking I'll do a second matte, but this doesn't stand out very well on here. What else have I got? It's not going to stand out particularly well on any of these, I don't think. So what I might do is just tear it. And I can never remember which way to tear it to get that white sort of line. Trying to tear it as straight as I can. And then flip that around, and I'm gonna put it so it's just on one side. So I'll just glue that down and then trim it off. I'm hiding so much of that beautiful foil too. And then on this side I might even just try to layer up some of them, so that again, I said I would use it up. This is just another piece that I had already trimmed off there. It does have the blue on there, so I think I'm gonna take the little branding strip off. And this little corner down the bottom only has the one layer. but I'm kind of thinking that I'm not going to worry about that. So I've got everything, everything's really flat and sort of trimmed down. So I'm just going to rough that up with my nail. If I hadn't stuck everything down, I probably could have done this with scissors, but just use my nails just to give it a bit of texture. I do try and keep everything like reasonably flat-ish, but I do love a bit of texture. Oh, that's hard on my nails. I need to get one of those little tools that does this. Cute. And there was a little cut apart in here too. That is mostly little words though, and I only bought one cut apart sheet, and that's got my 3x4 cards on it, so I'm all out of this. But there are some really cute tickets in here, these little pink ones. And my trick for any sort of tickets or tags like this, with the circles, is to use a hole punch. I'm hoping this is, oops, wrong one. I don't know that this is going to be big enough. These holes are quite big, but we'll see. Perfect. This is like really the only kind of fussy cutting that I like, is simple shapes that are easy to cut out. The these other ones kind of have that raggedy sort of ticket edge, which I'm not going to be able to cut out, so I'm just going to cut them flat. And the other thing I do have, I've got that, although they're more going to be pink, but I wonder if I could, should I die cut? I wish I could die cut it. Should I fussy cut out some of these flowers maybe? Ugh, that noise. These are kind of, I'll get a bit more of the foil back in there, and I think I'll just give it a go. I'm not going to be like too precise because they're sort of rough kind of watercolor looking flowers anyway. Okay, I'm going to need smaller scissors. There are these sort of clusters that might look really cute under the photo. Just leaving a little bit of the pink background, so it's going to end up looking like sort of an outline of the floral, but at least that way I get a little bit of the pink in there. And I guess the reality is if this doesn't look alright, then I may well just be able to use it on something else anyway. Oh, see, again, can't cut and talk at the same time. Even when I notice that I can't do it, I still can't do it. My brain's definitely not wired this way. The papers that they sent me, they were fairly well protected, but there's one corner of them that's been smashed, and I probably solely blame my courier, because I actually heard him like biff it onto the doorstep when this arrived, so I suspect that's jolted everything, but I'm not sure if I like that or not. thoughts? Do we like the yellow flowers or not? I don't know, they're covering up so much of the background. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That probably means I need to do a couple more. You can hear me asking for you guys to say, oh no, don't use them, and then I don't have to cut any more out. But I'll just cut 2 smaller ones. I guess like anything else I do, I'm gonna try and use my 3s for this here. So there's a couple of smaller ones here that should be easy to trim. And like, I mean, you'll see if I show you some close-ups, like I'm definitely not being anywhere near precise with this. So as much as I hate the fussy cutting, this is pretty easy. And I'll show you, like I did actually prep another layout to do with you guys in my traveler's notebook. And so look at all the fussy cutting I did. I cut out all these little pens and pencils, and that took me forever. So I'm definitely not a fan of the fussy cutting. But yeah, these little the little yellow flowers are looking okay. Oh God. This one's all jaggedy, so it's hard to cut. I need some sort of subtitling in here or somebody else to speak. It's really weird. Does anyone know of a way to do it where more than one person can talk? Like, I know you guys are typing comments, which is awesome, but it would be nice if someone could fill in the dead space while I'm doing these things. Okay, so I've got my 3 oh, I can't imagine Val, like, yeah, definitely arthritis runs in our family, and I can already tell that these poor hands are gonna need some looking after. So yeah, fussy cutting is not ideal for that, is it? I think I liked it better the way I had it before. So I got my 3 little points. I did cut out 2 of these tickets. Do tickets and flowers make sense together? I've kind of got this floral theme going on, and then the tickets kind of stick in there. I wonder if there's some frames I can use instead. Sorry for these. This noise. There's a few really pretty holographic ones. I just might be able to use them as layers rather than the tickets. There's a couple there anyway. And that kind of takes care of my, oh, I'm getting caught on something here. That sort of takes care of my bare corners a little bit. what's the flower paper? This is just, it's the specialty cardstock, so it's foiled. The actual cardstock is metallic as well. Everything that I'm using is linked in that scrapbook.com haul video that was up earlier today, because everything came from there and that's what I wanted to play with. So literally everything I got is linked in there, so you can find all the links there. I kind of like these little frames sticking out, maybe even more, so they look like little frames. It just gives a little bit more depth too. Right, start thinking, guys, because gonna need a title for this thing. Any ideas? I think I'm gonna start sticking stuff down, because otherwise we're gonna be here forever. I'm not 100% sure that tape runner's gonna cut it for these sort of frames, because the background is super textured, but we'll just see. And if they peel off, I'll have to go back later on with some liquid glue or something. This is live. This is live, alright. Live crafting with Diane and her awkward silences. Aren't you glad that I edit all of this stuff out for you guys? The indecision, the yakking to myself about what to do. Oop. And probably what I should have done is like split these frames up so that I could hoard them and use them on more than one layout, but I've forgotten to do that, so it's not going to happen. And these like florals, I'm only sticking them down just in a few places so that I can do that sort of kind of bendy thing again, just to get that little bit of texture in there. There's not foam or anything behind them, so obviously as soon as you put them in an album they probably will flatten out a little bit, but I kind of just like that rough, like lived in sort of look, I guess. It just like texture without dimension, I guess, is what I'm after, because I am trying to keep my number of scrapbooks to a minimum. Although I will say, like with being on the Pink Paisley team this year and doing more layouts, 12 by 12 layouts, I have had to remove all of the layouts from my Project Life album and put them in a separate album. But I'm hoping I can fit like a you know, at least a few years worth of layouts into there. I'm kind of thinking before I like commit to putting that down, I might chuck some thread into there too. I wonder if I got some pink thread. Blooming Beautiful, hello spring. I'm gonna have to be like really careful, because these alphas are huge, which I love, but that does mean that there's not that many letters in them, and I'm kind of thinking a title would fit along here. Spring might work nicely, but I might have to find a different alpha for hello. This is I don't know if you can see, like super metallic thread, but it is awful to work with, so I'm not sure how well this is gonna go. And I'm so not an expert on this. I don't know how people get them to bundle up so sort of nicely, but mine never does. Just gonna kind of glue that on there. have to add a little bit of run up onto the photo as well. Can end up gluing more of my fingers than anything else. That's fun. I'm gonna add, I don't know that I'll add 3, I might. I just end up tying my fingers into pieces. I wish like Missy Wynn would do a class on it, to be honest, because like she just makes it look so effortless. And I understand that this is this metallic thread and it's way more of a pain than regular thread, but oh, this one's not going well. But yeah, I'd love to know some tricks to it because this is a tiny bit hopeless. Okay, well, I kind of have to do a third one, don't I? I like Enough too. That's a really cute title, but I would have to check that it's going to fit across here. Now that I have actually glued everything down before checking. I will check that actually. I'll just try and do like a smaller one. Ow, tied my fingers up again. The thing I don't like is like these little loose ends. So just, oh, see this one? It just does not stay where you put it. It's kind of papery. I want to put this up here, I think. And I'm gonna need to glue some of this paper as well. Oop. See, mostly I'm just gluing my fingers, but at least I've got the ends under. Okay, so I've got my little 3. Let's hope there's still enough stick on here to stick this down. Hey Michelle, how are you feeling? You're allowed to be late. I should have reminded you. Right, okay. Now I think I will, I've got there's like little puffy stickers. And there's a couple in here. Like the little pink bird's quite cute, and maybe a couple of hearts maybe. But they're not like super pink. And I don't know about the little glittery hearts either, just because they're quite dark pink. There are little words, and so now I'm just gonna see if I've got enough room to write enough. Grab where are they? My little thickery things. Hey Amanda. Ah, she did slow it down. I think, to be fair, Missy probably just does it so often that it comes naturally to her, and if she's anything like me, I find it really difficult to explain things that you just sort of do naturally. So slowing it down, she probably thought would like help, but it certainly probably is not enough for me either, ironically, since I'm writing the word enough. These are, can you see they've got the pink on the back of them, so there's sort of a white holographic foil on top and then pink underneath, which I've been loving. There's these alphas for the Again and Again collection with pink paisley, and oh, do you know what? Bummer. These alphas have been mismade and there's a whole chunk of holographic foil missing off the bottom of them. Always fun. I gotta spell, so you know the rules about spelling and trying to talk at the same time. I don't know that I'm trying to squeeze these sort of as close together as I can, and I still don't think I'm going to end up with enough room. Because some of these letters, like the O's and the G's, are much fatter than some of the other ones, so hence me using my little guide, because when I work out that I don't have enough room, I can put these back on the sheet and come up with a plan B. Oh god, it's so close. Okay, what do we think? If I put it here, I'm going to start the word so it's right on the edge of the page. Do we think that that looks balanced, even though there's nothing coming off the edge of this page? Side of the page. Ooh, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can squish it in a bit. I'm wondering if I can pull everything else that I've already stuck down. I wonder if I can pull it off and just move everything over a little bit. Either that or I'm gonna need a new title. Kind of even spring is gonna end up. Or I can move the title so it's not. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put that somewhere. I'm not going to squish all those down. Let's see if I can pull this all back up. I bet my little strings are going to go everywhere. Okay. Oh, I can hear something ripping. There are numbers in here and the O is skinnier, but I'm not going to use it because being a typographer, that's like breaking the rules. I'm not going to use a 0 unless I have to. A good thought though, but that's just me being finicky. This one is the worst one because it's not got much of that mixed media underneath it, but I don't think anything's torn. Okay. Lucky I was going for that kind of distressed look, isn't it? I'm like literally covering up all of my background. But it definitely gives me a bit more space, right? Probably going to end up having to get some like liquid glue and squirt that under some things in here once we're finished, and I can weigh it all down because I can definitely feel like without that here we go, that's better, that's much more balanced. So I'm gonna stick these down just so it's off the edge of my these aren't too stuck onto this guide here. I can pull this out. Trying really hard not to bend these letters because they've got that foil on it, so it's definitely going to show any creases. My preference is always foam alphas. Oh, yeah, and I creased it. Done. I know, I was like just waiting for it to like rip. I know. Okay, it's all good, guys. We can relax now. I think that looks really cute. Do kind of want to add a few little more touches, but then I think we're gonna call it done. Oh, thank you. She's Magic would have been a great title too, and probably wouldn't have needed to rip everything up, but maybe next time. Michelle, I pre-did my background before I started the video, and I spent a long time like watercoloring and using that what's it called, embellishment mousse, and so I definitely did not want to cut the cluster off and use a different background. So no choice. I should have come up with the title first, but I didn't. So I like there's a couple of sort of like peachy things, peachy words, and it's just a selfie, so there's not really any kind of journaling I want to do on here. I'm just going to I'm just going to add these little word stickers kind of as my journaling. I want to put one of these pink ones too. But they're kind of, let's add this one here. One more chat, beautiful moment. That will do. Hey Ellie, oh my god, 3:10. There's so many of you that are up when you definitely should not be, so thank you for popping in. There's some little holographic hearts which might be nicer than those bright pink ones, so I might open this up. I don't know, I think ooh. Let me just pull, I think there's a smaller one here. Gay. I know I saw a third one. Oh, it's over here. There's actually 4, but it's hard to tell in the light. I kind of like the little hearts. They pull in the rest of the other pieces of holographic foil. It's actually really hard for me to see the way the light's shining. I can't really see the let me see. Because this is all holographic, the letters and this, and there's bits on here, so I think it kind of is like a really warm toned layout, and then with this sort of cool toned holographic foil on it. I'm just not I'm not 100%, but I mean I've stuck them down now, so yeah, we're kind of at 100% already, aren't we? I wish there were more of these little pink hearts, and I'm trying to think if I've got something else. I don't think I do. Because you can see what I mean about like these, like it's just too, it pulls the focal point away from the photo to add this like whopping great pink heart. And there is this one little paley one, which but then it's on its own, like it just doesn't really work, and I don't want to start adding other motifs, I guess. Like the bird's really pretty, but it makes no sense being there. Lil is on the couch in the lounge in the sun, so I highly doubt that I can get her to come in here. And Mel's outside playing, so the weekends we don't generally let her out during the week. So she spends the weekends playing outside. So I definitely can't get them to come in. I kind of do want to add something else, but I want some more little hearts, but I don't think I've got any little hearts anywhere. Ooh, I do have those like honeybee stickers though that I grabbed. This is just my like full to bursting embellishment bucket, which definitely needs to be gone through. Actually, there's some little pale pink ones here. These are Feed Your Craft puppy stickers, and I think they will work nicely. They're slightly different shape, but they're just not gonna take all of that focus off my photo here. These ones though don't have, I will have to glue these on later because they don't have a great deal of stick. See, this is why I need you guys. Like, do I have a small heart punch? Yes, I do. I bought one. See, I bought a little heart punch from Daiso when I was in Wellington a few weeks ago, so I haven't even used it yet. Let's see how well it punches. Oh, and it punches very nicely. It is awesome. I loved it. We don't have one here, or I would be there all the time. It's probably a good thing we don't have one. It was like my wonderland. So as soon as we got, like, we went a bit crazy, and Shane will say that I went crazy, but he went just as crazy as I did, and bought a whole bunch of stuff. And like literally 2 days after we got home, I was like, oh, I wish I had bought more. I think I really like those, so I've just roughed up again the edges with my nails, so I'm gonna just glue these down with just tape runner, and again, if they pop off later, I will fix those up. I don't know how I first heard about it, but I'm late to the party too, gay, and it is fantastic. So, like, anything that you could think of, they have it. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Yeah, if I could live there, it would be great. We found these really, really yummy cola sweets, so I've been craving those ever since we got back, and I do regret not going back to get a second packet. So, the things we live with. I think that I'm going to stick this little heart down and call this one done, because, I mean, you could sort of play around with it forever, couldn't you? It's not 100% what I had thought that I was gonna do, but I really like it. I kind of want to add some of these little glittery stickers too. Just because I know otherwise they'll just go in my little embellishment bucket there and I'll never use them again. So I'm just going to sprinkle them just like randomly around because I can. You can barely see them, but they do add like a little sort of sparkle. And if you're one of those people who has that sort of, I don't know what it's called, it's a phobia with holes and circles and dots like that, I apologize profusely because this may well be triggering. Okay, somebody stop me. I'm going to call it done. I don't know how much you guys can see. I will definitely put like a, I mean this will end up on Instagram, but I'll just see if my camera will pick up some of the detail here for you. So you can see that sort of holographic foil. Thanks Allison. I love the texture. There's lots of texture in here. I guess the embellishment paste sort of helps with that. But it is reasonably flat, and I think we're good. I think we're good to call that done. What do you think? Finished? Yay! Jillian, honestly, if I didn't give myself timelines for things and just be strict about making decisions, it would take me hours to make things too. But literally when I film for you guys, my camera cuts out after 23 minutes, so that's how much time I have. I have 23 minutes to get things done. I have only just found a way to make the camera give me some sort of warning that it has finished filming for those times where I do take longer than 23 minutes, so I don't have to keep going, oh, you missed all this while my camera was off and I didn't realize. So yay, yeah, I think just the more you do things, the easier it gets to just make decisions. Yay, thanks guys. Radio. This is the part I struggle with because normally, like I said, I would clean up between every project, and you guys don't want to watch me clean up, so let's just shovel this to the side here. Because I do, come on camera, don't fail me now. I do have another layout sort of that I wanted to do, and when I say that I plan a layout, like let me show you what I mean when I say plan. This like scrappy little sketchy thing, that's what I mean by plan. So I've got a vague plan of what I want to do, and like I said, I had pre cut out all of these little pins because again, you don't want to watch me do that. So this was the sheet, and all of these little cutouts like literally came from like that much paper. So when I got this, I had planned to sort of cut out all these pins, and I, even though it's green, I did quite like the polka dot that was on the back, and I thought, oh, I should get another one, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to need to get another one. So I've got all my little pins cut out, and these alphas were from a different collection. I can't remember which one. Again, they're linked in that scrapbook.com video. No, I can't think of the name. There were some there. Oh, why is what going orange, doll? I can't see anything going orange. Is something happening? Yeah, I can't see anything going orange. Sweets. Oh, my name, not you. Radio, don't scare me like that, Alice. You know, well, no, you don't know. You don't know the issues I had last time. So it's about this time. I will say I did actually swap computers for today's live stream. So we've been going for what, about an hour 20. This was about when it stopped last time. Everything just went black. So that scared me a little bit. So like you've seen from the sketch, this one was just going to be super simple. I just wanted to make a little layout with these pens because they were pretty and I wanted to put them in here, and I've got just a screen grab of me making the memory decks cards from this morning. So I just kind of wanted to do a little page with that. Do you do your December daily as a traveler's notebook or a scrapbook page? I do my actual December daily all sorts of different ways. Like this was last year's one, and this is a clear album from the Stab Spot, and so there are sort of just free form pages in there. There are also pocket pages, cut file pages, so it kind of just made it like a mini book. This was the first time that I've done it outside of an actual like album. All of these videos are up on my channel. There's a playlist called December Daily that's got all of them. Usually I do it in an album, and this year I'm going to do an album too. I didn't want to buy another album. I didn't find one that I liked. So this one was an old Studio Calico album. There's nothing left of it because I've covered it all. It was I'm sure it was an Ashley G one, and it's kind of a peachy color album with little gold circly freeform sort of dots on it. And it sat on my shelf in the sun for like the last year and a half when we were living at our previous house, and it bleached really, really badly. So I didn't want to waste the album. I did think I needed to cover it somehow, so I used it's like book cover, sort of like adhesive vinyl to cover the front of this. It wasn't long enough to wrap all the way around, so I've used some adhesive fabric. And it needs a little bit of tidying up, but for now it's good to go, and I'm going to use this for my December daily, and I'll probably do it much the same as the sort of mini book style. Like not everything's going to end up in page protectors. It will be just my usual style. I like adding those extra bits and pieces in there too. But it fits nicely on my shelf, and then my shelf will be full, so next year I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So someone mentioned before I didn't do a rainbow, and what do you think? I think I can get a rainbow out of these pens, so I should split them up into piles, but there's definitely red and pink. These pens and pencils from that paper, it's a pattern obviously, so they do repeat. So there's not one of like a whole bunch of different ones. They are quite similar, but I think I can get some sort of rainbow out of here. I might have to double up though. So I can get a rainbow of pens across one page here, which means I hopefully have enough to do one on this side as well. Yeah, I did fussy cut them. I fussy cut as many as I could stand to do, and then hoped that I had enough to do something with. So These, again, they're really roughly fussy cut. The actual design of them is again, really sort of painty, and lots of them didn't have like a really defined outline, so I just roughly cut around the outside of them and left a little white border around most of it. I figured that since it was gonna go on a white page like this, it probably wouldn't matter if it had a little if you had a little sort of white border around it. You're not going to see it on top of the page. I'm just using a glue pen. They are really thin and little. I'm not worried about them falling out or falling off or something. I just want to make a little rainbow. Actually, and I was trying to make them all even, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Stephanie, no, I talked before about definitely don't do daily videos of my December daily. It's a huge process, filming and editing and uploading, and December is a notoriously busy month for everyone, me included. Work tends to be super busy in December too, as we kind of wrap up for the year. And just the logistics of trying to do a video every day, it just would never happen. Good job, Lynette. I do love a bit of organisation. So these, I'm just, some of them I'm hanging off the bottom, and I'll trim those down later. And I also, like, when I laid them out, I had started making them like as evenly spaced as possible, but I'm sort of moving away from that now. Hopefully I've got enough room to fit these all in, but I think just they were, because they are so sort of oddly shaped, it probably is going to look better to have them oddly spaced as well. I'm going to run out of room though, I think. Let's just see how I go. I'll start working from the back now too. You can try, and I do try and put as many up as I can. I definitely, like, I know you guys enjoy watching it, and I enjoy, like, it's my favorite project. I love doing it. It's just trying to find a balance of actually having things to document if I'm continuously sat at my desk. Plus here it's summer. It's summer in December, so it's always there's always lots to do outside as well. So radio, I got one half stuck down, and I'm gonna just repeat it like backwards on this side here. I think I've got enough pins. I might even maybe flip some of them upside down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys like look at my playlists. I try to put you don't know what I do for work, India. You haven't watched this morning's question and answer video. I am a graphic designer, and I freelance from home. At the moment, I'm a contract designer for a educational publisher, so I design books, and I do all their promotional material and their social media, and so it's an incredibly busy but fun job. Work remotely by myself here, but I have a really amazing team of women that I work with remotely. Yeah, anyway, the playlist, that's what I was saying. I do put everything in playlists for you guys. So there's a playlist I don't know that a lot of people know about, that's like how I do the things I do. So that's all those sort of technical videos, like printing, a Photoshop thing. There's a digital playlist that's got all my sort of Photoshop tutorials in it. Playlists are a super easy way to put everything in one place, but it seems like it's really hard for me to let you guys know that those playlists even exist. So don't be afraid to check those out. Everything is organized. I think there's even a sequins one, just in case. Now this slide I've sort of realized that I was planning to have my photo down here, and I might end up having to put it a little bit higher because I kind of want some of these to stick out the bottom here. So I will just try to remember that now as I keep going. I don't think I've got these in exactly the right order, but I also don't think that that will matter too much. Yep. Oh, I might even have spares of some of these pens left over. Oh, I've missed one. Never mind. Bye, Ruth. Thanks for popping in. Bye, Allison. Thank you for coming. I know it's super late. Right, so that's all my little pens stuck down, and I will, I know everyone has to go, I will wrap this up real soon, guys, I promise. I just will very quickly put this page together to show you how quick a page can come together. Just gonna use my scissors just to trim off the bottom of these. They've got glue on them though, and they're gonna go everywhere. The pens, they're the same. Where's the sheet? This is from that same Dearlydee line, so she's magic. And Tracy, like, as soon as I saw this paper, I knew I wanted to fussy cut them. I once took a photo for Instagram that had all my pens lined up, and I still really love how that looked, especially in the rainbow order. So I knew I could like recreate that with these. And that's sort of how it just comes about. I am definitely a like a product based scrapper. I know a lot of people focus on stories, which is totally cool, but it's also totally cool if you are not focused on stories. I love focusing on product. I do this hobby to play and enjoy and use my hands and get off the computer, and sometimes that means that a layout is just based on product rather than a story. So yeah, see, I told you I'd get a rainbow in. Product based hoarder. Oh god, yeah, you've seen how much stuff comes in here and how much stuff I actually make. Like, I consider myself a fairly productive scrapbooker. Like, I make a lot of stuff, but not even remotely enough to use the stuff that's coming in. So I'm a product-based hoarder, and I can't really apologize for it. I don't intend to change, so I see pretty things and I want to buy them. The thing I struggle with is putting them on page instead of using them, but I think I'm getting better because I kind of changed my mindset that using something on a layout or in a notebook, it doesn't actually mean that it's gone. It's still there, it's just in a different form, and the reality is I am running out of space in here. So yeah, gotta start using some things. Hey Annie, this video will be up, I think it goes up pretty much as soon as I end the stream anyway, so it will be there, so you can totally catch up anytime. I know, Jillian, I don't sub to anything anymore, but I am on 4 design teams, so I literally have stuff coming in all the time, and that's on top of the things that I can't live without and have to buy. So I just, yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, I know, Mel. Did any of you guys see scattered confettis Instagram live, or was it just on her stories? It might have been on her stories this morning. She is an amazing scrapbooker that I love, and she's been reorganizing her room. I might put some of these up here too. And she showed the like process that she's going through for like organizing and whatnot, and the tiny amount of papers and stuff, the actual product that she has, it was really something to aspire to. I was just like, oh my gosh, she makes amazing layouts, and she literally has like this much paper. I think it's just on her stories, so I'm not sure how much longer those will be up for. She has one Raskog cart, like one bucket of embellishments like this, like a couple, like maybe this much paper in a holder, and another one of those sort of bucket things for alphas, and that's it. She has a whole lot of tools and other products and stuff as well, but I was just astounded by how little she has. I mean, obviously she's on a lot of design teams too, so I can't use that as an excuse. She says that she's really diligent about purging her supplies, which is probably something that I have to do a bit more often too. It just feels super wasteful to me, because I feel so lucky to be on these teams and have these supplies sent to me, so it feels super wasteful to just you know, make my month's worth of projects and then get rid of it. I feel like I should put it to a bit more use than that. So I don't know what the solution is. I'm thinking just less design teams is what I'm thinking, if I'm honest. I think I will have to make some changes next year, or we're going to need to buy a bigger house. Shane's not down with that. Shane's not down with us buying a bigger house for the craft supplies. So I've just added a few more little pens up here. The trouble I have, Annie, is that like I do get rid of the stuff that I know I'm not going to use, the things that aren't my style. I do sort of do a lot of giveaways or send them to friends, but that still leaves me with a tremendous amount of stuff. So yeah, as much as I do like to purge, everything that I've got left I do love. I guess I just have to be a bit more realistic about whether I'm actually going to use it. Yeah, buy a bigger house. I wish. That would solve some of the problems, but probably not all of them. I felt like I had a title for this one, but now I can't really think what it is. Right, anyone got any ideas for titles? Something along the lines of Craftaholic, maybe? It is really, it's really nice having a dedicated craft room. It's not always been, that hasn't always been the case with me. I had one tiny little desk that was in between our kitchen and our dining room, and that was, I probably had just as much fun there as I do in this room. So yeah, I have done that before, Anita, too, to local schools. We have a school right behind us, which is very handy. But again, it's just that me letting go. That's what I struggle with, the letting go of it. So yeah, that's my own personal struggle, which isn't helped by the fact that I keep getting more things. So I'm not sure what the solution is there. Have pens will craft. It's a cute title and it goes with the page, but I mean the reality is like I don't actually use pens. Well, not a lot of pens anyway. I like the will craft bit. wish I had written down what I had thought. I'm sure I thought of something and thought, oh, I'll just remember that. But my memory is not great. I wonder if there's something here. There's the word life in chipboard. I could, or magic, crafty life. I like that, Mel. Lights, camera, craft. And that makes sense because that was the screenshot from my thing. So let's go with that. I kind of feel like I need a larger alpha for that title. I might end up having to put some more pens up here, I think. Let's hope there's enough ease. Oh, and these are the puffy stickers that I really like. They're super soft and pliable. They are really old though, so I'll have to be careful that they've got enough stick on them. I need to go back through these comments when we finish the live stream and like actually write down all these like title suggestions, because it's probably one of the things I struggle with the most is coming up with titles. Lights. Oh, there's only one comma here. That sucks. Okay, we'll have to leave that out. Lights. I think I'm gonna have to run my title down. And do we think like lights, camera, action? Oh, lights, camera, craft directly down? Oh, so indecisive today. Like I do still have enough pens and stuff to add a few more. Oop. If I don't throw them on the floor. Okay, that's a yes. That's a yes, going directly down. So I'm gonna line this up. These ruler guides are very handy. I'm gonna start it lined up with the top of my photo. And I'm just eyeballing whether it's in the middle. Oop. Cute. I should have got 2 of these. I think they only had like 4 left. Scribbly.com, so I don't know if I've missed my chance, but these are awesome. Plus they have numbers, which is one of my things. Yeah, it is a super handy ruler. It comes in this pack. They're like thicker guides, and there's a straight one, and then like a curved one, and a S-shaped one, and there are, I'm gonna throw all these around. There are smaller ones in here too, which are handy for the traveler's notebooks. Just the one straight one though. A very well used tool. Oh, and see, I can't talk and spell at the same time. better put an R in camera. And then again, I can just line that up. Oh. That didn't work. That's what I was worried about. They don't have like a super huge amount of stick left on them. So I'll have to see how I go, but I may end up having to pull these off and like glue them down. Lights, camera, and craft. I got it, guys. I got it. Can't talk and spell. At least they don't have much stick, these ones, so if I did spell it wrong, I can really easily peel it off. But luckily I've got my spell checkers handy. Exclamation point on the craft. Yep. I don't have my tweezers handy, so I'm just gonna wing it. Cute. And now I'm just going to stick these on here. And then I think I'm going to call it done. I might actually add some journaling somewhere about the live stream, crafting for the 9,000. I don't know. Where would you put journaling? I hadn't intended to, which means I haven't planned for it, and now I don't know where it goes. Hey Sue. Again, gay. I'm working for a publishing company and doing a lot of proofreading and editing. I would never put more than one exclamation mark. Oh, Michelle, please don't sit here for me. I know that you're not feeling well, so please go and take care of yourself. I think I'm just going to ignore the journaling for now. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I probably will end up putting a couple of lines under here. But I also think I'm going to type it out and just see where it might go before I commit to sticking that down. But my computer is having a conniption. So I'm going to end here, guys, because I don't want it to go black like it did last time. Thank you for turning up today. Thank you for helping me with my layouts. It's always nice not to be crafting alone. I literally craft alone all the time, so I'm so happy that you guys could come and join in with me and help me. Let me get rid of the desk here. And so thank you so much just for all of your support, and yeah, it means so much. Like I never even imagined really 9,000 people watching these videos. It literally started as just a way for me to maybe push my boundaries a little bit, which is ironic given that so is this live streaming. So thank you guys for coming today, and thank you for every day that you turn up and watch my videos and comment and like, and it it makes me so happy on a daily basis. You probably wouldn't believe just how much. So thank you guys for coming, and I will see you again real soon. I gotta finish this up so I can go and film next week's Project Life video for you, and given what's out on my desk, I think it's probably going to be Dearlydee themed. So have a fabulous weekend, you guys. If it's still Saturday for you, enjoy your Sunday, and for those of us that are in Sunday, have a fabulous week ahead. I hope it goes not too badly, quickly, and without too much drama. So I will see you guys really, really soon. Bye.